All right, gang, welcome back. Nomo with you, and as promised, here is part two of our multi-part series on the business and NPO dealings of the candidates for the Indian Town Council. While we work on compiling our follow-up information on Mrs. Clark, because there is more, we're going to give you a rundown this time on Anthony D. Dowling. Antony's recently been proclaiming a big difference between the candidates this election, not only in his seat, but others as well. As a matter of fact, Antony seems to have tied the three of them together in a boat and hopes it'll benefit him in his bid. The reason we say that is because of the repeated verbiage and terminology used by Rosada, Clark, and Dowling at the last forum. Their themes are the same as well. Be careful who you stand with. More government. Aha, more on that later. Antony is a sad story, really. It's hard sometimes to have to expose the unsuccessful and immature level of his nature, but he's asking you to let him run a multi-million-dollar municipality. Otherwise, his failures in life would be of no interest to Tam whatsoever. We hope that what we're about to tell you will not cause Antony to go into a deep depression. See, it seems Antony knows he's already lost the election. Our team watchdogs tell us that the word on the street is that Antony has told folks he's only running because they asked him to, because no one else would. He's been heard stating that he's planning on returning to law school, with full intentions, we're sure, of using taxpayer money for his next chapter in life as well. This is how we know he's already lost in his mind. He's making excuses ahead of time for what he knows is the inevitable ego crash ahead. He'll not be a councilman much longer, and he knows it. As a matter of fact, we're told that we may expect to see an announcement forthcoming that he's dropping from the race. Stand by on that. Time will tell. When we make a statement like failure in life, we believe that we should help crystallize our affirmations. So let's start here. Antony claims a degree in military science. We've contacted his college records department, and they've confirmed for us that the scholastic degree of military science has not been and still is not a degree track they offered. Now, we're not saying he didn't go to school, because he did, and when he came back, he was new, woke, and ready to go broke. Antony held a position with the DMV and other taxpayer funded jobs while serving in the U.S. Army Reserves. He claims his service time to be 7.5 years, and that was when he was released as a second lieutenant. For the record, in that period of time, to have only achieved the rank he claims meant that he was passed over at least once, if not twice, for his captain bars. This would mean an automatic see you later, Antony type of departure from service. He wasn't allowed to stay. Look, he served. For that, we say, hoorah. Without going through all the versions of his public resumes, it's safe to say that outside of taxpayer assistance and taxpayer funded jobs, Antony has no real world experience at all. Even his schooling was paid for by the taxpayer. Now it seems, according to his own self filed records, that his only source of income is the village of Indiantown, another taxpayer position. We have asked the question already: how does he live off of only $833 a month before taxes? Look, let's be frank with one another. Antony cannot even get his own life in order, and he's almost 40. How is it that you should expect him to know what or how to properly guide your future in this municipality? Again, there is real, and then there is real. Now, we know times are hard for Antony. I mean, living in that P.O. box of his and all. Do us a favor. If you know his address and where he's actually living, will you let us know? We'd like to know ourselves. He'll not answer us, so we need your help. Ask him and see what he says. Does he give you an address, or does he ask something like this: why do you want to know? Or another answer he gives us: why do you care? See, he avoids us. What will he tell you? Will he hide? We think he'll hide. So, about those laws he chooses to avoid. Well, besides a whole lot of failure to file state papers on time for his NPO and corporate rosters, including his mother's church, he has a problem with his transportation. Yeah, look here. This is a picture of Antony's vehicle. Notice the plates. They are Texas plates. Now, in Texas, they do not put the renewal sticker on the plate like we do in Florida. Nope, they put it on the windshield. Look here. It seems that it's safe to conclude that our man Antony is driving on illegal, out of state license plates. Rules for thee and none for Antony. These are the types of things we mean when we say he's failed in his life. No hard knocks against the guy. Maybe one day he'll get his act together, but for now, he's just a hollow shell of a man held together with cheesy videos and questionable accomplishments. What it does, however, is leave him open to potential graft and outside illegal influences like cash buy-offs, much like the reason that FDLE was in town and did interviews with Antony, Howard, and others recently. Antony's past failures and past track record demonstrate his ambition, or the lack thereof. It shows why he should not be given your sacred vote. Is he really the type of leader you want at the helm of the village of Indiantown? All right, let's get to the list of for-profit and NPO corporations Antony is associated with, as promised. Here's the first one. Aiding America Community Development Corporation, dissolved in 2016 for failure to report. His active corporation right now is 51 Project Corporation. No idea what that one's doing. Maybe a pass-through for some of the money he's taking on the side. Dowling Co. Industries, LLC, inactive for failure to report. Temple Beautiful Church of Indiantown Incorporated, shows he's secretary and the church is inactive for admin dissolution for annual report as of 2016. That was his responsibility as secretary, by the way. The longest he held any of these active is 3 years. All but the current active corporation were administratively dissolved for failure to properly report. Attention to detail, Antony. We wish Antony luck in his future. We hope he gets his act together, but in the meantime, it's time for him to step aside for the good of the village and time for you to consider not voting for him. We'll keep you updated as we continue our report, and be sure to follow the page at talkaboutmartin.com for updates and the inside track on all that is Martin County. In our next release, we'll be looking at 2 more of the candidates, so stay tuned and stand by, Martin County. Nomo out.